Pick your poison, tell me what you do. Everybody go respect the shooter, but the one in front of the gun lives forever.
The one in front of the gun forever.
And I've been hustling all day, this away, that away, through canals and alleyways, just to say, money trees is the perfect place for shade, and that's just how I feel.
Where to start? Last video, if you watch my last video, you'll see I had a brief 3-day stay at the Roanoke Hospital. Fucking hate hospitals. A lot of people assumed it was for COVID because I had COVID. It wasn't. I had some mental health concerns that were pretty concerning. I filmed a lot of it on camera because I'm going through mania, which is way worse than depression because you start to question what you think. Kind of scary. They were going to sedate me with medication at the hospital, which they did, and then send me to an adult psychiatric ward somewhere in Virginia. We avoided that, thank goodness. I had to take a leave from school. I am not in school, not doing online, because a lot of October and November, I was just so filled on so many antipsychotics and sedatives that I just had my eyes half open the entire time. This is how I do my homework on a bunch of medication. I don't know about you guys, but I have to put my finger on it and then write down the notes, or else I get lost for 5 minutes and I can't find my place anymore. I don't know if that's normal because I've never had that happen to me. It was a tough few months there. I had a little job as a waitress at Bell Mushroom, very nice pizza joint. That's been my life since November, working as a waitress, coming home, and doing little hobbies to keep me busy. At W&L, we have 3 terms. Fall term, which I didn't finish, came here. Winter term from January all the way to April, and then spring term, which is the month of May. It turns out I can't go to spring term because there's this policy in place. I didn't finish fall term. It's this whole ordeal. So I accidentally took a whole year off of school. That being said, I just want to let everyone know, for anyone who cares out there, I'm doing much better. Recently taken up the hobby of the Rubik's Cube, and that'll keep you busy. It is an interesting art. It is an art, yes. That's been my passion since January 31st. Oh, right, yes. If you looked closely in my last few videos, you could see something was a little off. If you know me, you could see that I was a little bit off. The nurse gave me the option of water. And then she was like, would you like ice with that? And I was like, I can get ice with that. Should I get a little bit? And she was like, you know what? I'll put the ice for you in a different styrofoam cup. and then I'll put the water for you right there. So you can choose how much you want. And I was like, thank you. That means a lot. I was losing my sanity, to put it frankly. Then come over here and I decided to focus. I decided to drink the warm water first for my present self and leave the ice that would melt and turn into water for my future self, because it's gonna be a little bit cooler and taste a little bit better than the other one in the other cup, even though they're the same thing.
Healthy brains maintain strong connections between neurons thanks to the brain's continuous efforts to prune itself and remove unused or faulty neural connections. This process is important because our neural pathways serve as a map for everything we do. Using functional magnetic resonance imaging, scientists have discovered that the brain's pruning ability is disrupted in people with bipolar disorder. That means their neurons go haywire and create a network that's impossible to navigate. With only confusing signals as a guide, people with bipolar disorder develop abnormal thoughts and behaviors.
And so I for sure rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. I'm not an insomniac. I need my 8 hours every night, but I was running on about 2 hours of sleep every night, if that. Some nights I just didn't go to sleep. I crawled into this bed at 5 a.m. Fell asleep, woke up at 7:50, went back to editing, edited until 10 a.m. Then I had my meeting that lasted an hour, processed the video, had a meeting with my professor one-on-one, uploaded the video to YouTube, watched the video on YouTube to make sure I didn't miss anything in editing, rewatched the video on YouTube because anxiety? I don't know. I just did it. And then I think I rewatched it again. And had broken hypomania, went straight into full-on mania.
Known as manic episodes, and they can make a person range from feeling irritable to invincible. But these euphoric episodes exceed ordinary feelings of joy, causing troubling symptoms like racing thoughts, sleeplessness, rapid speech, impulsive actions, and risky behaviors.
The camera really helped because it would calm me down, try to make me speak a lot slower, try to organize my thoughts clearer, even though my mind was racing. I don't know. I burnt a few bridges before I left. Calm your titties. Take a chill pill. And they were on purpose at the time, but at the time my mental state was whack. It's so sad to actually see my brain stop working. In front of me. I have to remind myself not to pee in my pants or how to hold my applesauce to my lips. So hard. I have to concentrate so hard because my brain is So now I look back on it and I'm like, that was an accident. I would never mean to do that. COVID can be a real bummer, but goodness gracious, I thank COVID with every bone in my body because I was confined to one house in quarantine at school on campus instead of just running free, which would have been so much worse. I talked a lot about the negative stuff associated with mania, but I do want to pop in and let everyone know there's a lot of good stuff too. Of course, the bad overrules the good, but during that small brief period, my senses were heightened by 200%. Everything I felt, touched, smelled, tasted, it was unlike anything other. Each bite of food was the best bite of the best food in the world that I had ever tasted.
Each flavor was totally unique.
Oh my god. It's so good. What a smash.
combine one flavor with another, and something new was created.
You're so good. You're so good to me. Wow. Oh my god, I forgot where I was for a second. Half my diet was frozen meatballs. So I got some frozen meatballs today at Publix and had some for lunch just to give it a little experiment. They're not that good. They're not that good. But I thought they were the most flavorful, delicious thing I had ever tasted. Like I remember this very vividly. I was like, I won't have to cook anything for the rest of my life. I will just eat these frozen meatballs as my meat. I mean, it's an amazing, like, why didn't I think of this before? I could just have meatballs all the time. They're so easy. I will give them to my children. We'll just all eat frozen meatballs for the rest of our lives. That was my thought process in September. Back to the whole senses being very much heightened. Feel, that was very heightened, which translated to an absurd amount of clinginess to the outsider's perspective. Just, I was hugging, holding. I want to mention something. It is September 22nd. I haven't physically hugged a person since September 13th. I hug at least someone, multiple people, for a total of me receiving like at least 10 hugs per day, at least. Maybe 20. So physically I feel drained. Emotionally I feel drained. I need a hug. I'm dying. I just miss a good hug. Fixating on people, which is very strange and not like me. So glad that's fixed. Oh, I talked about how I didn't sleep very much at all, and I was not tired in the least. I had the most energy that I thought I had ever felt before. Just like pace around the room all the time, run up and down the stairs just to get some energy out. Felt like I could do anything. I felt like I could conquer anything. I thought I was right about literally everything. Any opinion of mine was a fact in my head, and I could just word vomit to anyone, and they could be very upset by that because it may have been super mean, but in my head I was like, I'm being honest and I am always right. So strange on top of the world feeling. I could also, back to the word vomit thing, I could talk to people for hours on end with no distraction, no pauses. I could just sit down midday on a bed, on a couch, and just talk for at least 4 hours to someone. If I had to do that right now, I don't think I could. Can you? Like, that's a lot of talking as to one person. Just no. But I could back then. I wrote pages and pages of manifestos about life. Just life. I truly believed I was Socrates, like Socrates. I really believed I was a Greek philosopher way back in ancient times, and that I had figured out a lot of the meaning to life. I'm not sure if I want to go back and read those because I tried to in November when I was kind of feeling a little better, and they freaked me out. If you made it this far, congratulations, because that was a lot. I started filming and editing this video in March, and I pretty much finished it in March, and I've just been like really debating and thinking about whether I should upload it because it's a lot to share. I'm very open in this video, as you could have seen probably, but what with mental health awareness these days and just the fact that I really like uploading these videos to have a sort of video diary of my life I can always access on the internet. And someone told me it was Mental Health Awareness Month. So I feel like this is kind of the perfect time. I've given it a lot of thought. And yeah, if you're watching this, then I've for sure uploaded it. As a sort of conclusion to this big video, I don't want it to seem like I'm giving this big speech or anything, but like, thank you to my support team. Obviously, I wouldn't be where I am today or made the progress that I have without them. My direct family, team of psychiatrists, specialists, therapists, my medication, God bless. I feel confident that my health is in check. One of my favorite teachers used to say, health first, and then you can focus on all the great things in life. I came home in early October and it's already May, and I just feel like time has passed by really fast, even if in October it was going through slow motion. A lot of you I have to thank, my lovely friends who've reached out to me. I'm not the best at keeping in touch, but for all of those who tried, thank you very much. It's very sweet of you. And again, for anyone who witnessed myself in September, I would like to apologize.
Honestly, I don't remember. I was probably fucked up. Yeah, I was crazy back then.
Everyone's going through something. It's just really don't know what other people are going through. Yeah, like maybe some people can relate to the tough times that they went through. That's pretty much all I wanted to cover. I think I don't know if I'm missing anything. Thank you, all of you. I love you. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching.